Welcome back to Saturday AM. Now, diamonds are forever, so in picking out that engagement ring, you want to get it exactly right. Some of us are attracted to the larger, slightly sparkly ones, whereas others like something a little bit more dainty.
Oh, and with the love filling up in the air this weekend for Valentine's, Kate Appleby from Appleby Jewelers is here with advice on how to pick an engagement ring for you that is going to be perfect.
Morning, Kate.
Myself and Laura have been so excited about this segment. We do love our diamonds. We are the Liz Taylors of Saturday AM.
Yeah, without the budget.
Exactly. Not that Simon isn't either. But, you know, judging by rings with the special occasion coming up, that is Valentine's, do couples pick the rings together, or is it the men, essentially, that go for it themselves?
No, we still do have many men who would come in on their own. Obviously, they can find it a bit intimidating, but, you know, once they step inside, they can get a feel for it, and they end up having a bit of fun. Like, sometimes they end up leaving best friends, so... No,
really?
Yeah, and everyone gets excited for the guy because they know that it's going to be a surprise. But on the other hand, you know, some men do find it's too big a decision, so they could come in and get a token ring. So we sell them in store. They just look like that one there.
The first diamond there.
Yeah, it's just happens to be an imitation diamond.
I'm actually surprised that you're saying that, Kate, in this day and age, that there's still predominantly men coming in on their own. I would have thought, you know, in this world of equal opportunity, supposedly, that men and women would be in together.
You know, we'd get a lot of couples then coming in together, so he'd propose with a token ring and then they'd come in and choose.
Because, of course, the woman's wearing the ring for the rest of her life,
Absolutely.
so she wants to love it.
Yeah.
What advice do you give for people coming in terms of if they have a blank canvas?
So if a man was coming in on his own, I'd say he could have a look at his girlfriend's general dress sense. If she's got quite a classic style, then you can't go wrong with the Round Brilliant. But if she wants something a bit more unique, then maybe a pear cut or something along those lines will stand out a bit more.
Now, you've been very kind to us, myself and Laura, just dying to try these on after the segment.
We're not allowed to touch them.
Can we start over here, just near me, and go through the rings? Because this is a round cut.
Yeah, so this is the Round Brilliant. I'd say 80% of our customers probably go for that. It's the timeless classic. So if you're unsure, you know that you can't go wrong with that one. But if you do want to jazz that up a little bit, you could go for the Round Brilliant with diamonds on the sides. So the one beside it there has got pears. And that gives it quite a nice vintage look as well.
So the first one would be the solitaire, and then we're moving into a three-stone.
But it's still the round in the middle. So that's still the main kind of centre point.
Okay.
And then moving on to the next one, this is a radiant cut.
Can I just ask you in terms of the bands as well?
Yeah.
Should it be, you know, is it platinum, is it white gold, is it yellow gold?
Yeah.
It's kind of a trend thing.
So, yeah, I'd say probably the last 20 years, it's been mostly platinum. But what's nice is that yellow gold is really making a comeback now. Especially for Irish skin tone, it's really nice and soft.
Because I think maybe even my mother's era would have been the three-stone diamonds. I know in her own engagement ring, Richard proposed with my mother's engagement ring, and she has passed on. So that was very sentimental, but... We went for the very first one, which is kind of a cushion cut or a solitaire. In terms of this as well, I mean, when we look at the 3 C's, now I don't know them all as cut.
The 4 C's,
4 C's. See, I didn't even know that. Clarity, cut...
Colour and carat.
Colour and carat.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you might explain that.
So the carat, that's talking about the weight of the diamond. And then the colour, that's talking about how bright the diamond is and how white it is. The cut, that's talking to how well it was cut. Some were cut better than others. And then what am I missing there?
Clarity.
Yeah, the clarity. So clarity, that's referring to small, tiny inclusions within the diamond. We kind of think of them almost like the diamond's own fingerprint.
Invisible to the naked eye, presumably.
Yeah, so all of the ones that we'd sell diamonds with the clarity of VS or SI. So we choose that clarity because it can't be seen to the naked eye. You can only see it under really high magnification.
And I suppose with that in mind, you know, your diamond dealer or the jeweller that you go into will help you with the 4 C's. You don't have to worry about
absolutely. They'll explain it all in detail.
Exactly. Let's move back to the big piece. This one here is fabulous. What is this?
Okay, so this is a radiant cut. So that's a rectangular shape, and then this one has got diamonds on the bands as well.
1.81 carats. That's a whopper. Aspirational.
That one's been loved by celebrities over the years as well.
The style of it, you mean,
and that shape of diamond in particular.
Sort of an Art Deco look.
Yeah, the way the band tapers up is, kind of
Very nice.
Wow.
And then we're moving into, I suppose, something that I've seen a lot of over the last few years, which would be sort of cluster diamonds around a main
absolutely.
stone.
And this stone in particular, this is an oval. So ovals have really surged in popularity at the moment, just as the shape of diamond. This one here we've called the Kate because it's actually an imitation of Kate Middleton's.
I can see that.
Hers is obviously a sapphire, but this one here, it's the exact same setting and design. And the diamonds around it are really nice as well because they kind of add to the whole size when it's on your hand.
Kate, when you're speaking about, I suppose, money, okay. So does the man have to spend the 3-month salary or can they spend more than that, less than that? What's the average and what's the given? What's the advice you give to men when they come in?
I know that's the age-old saying that it's 3-month salary, but really, we just want them to come in and spend what they can afford. You know, don't put yourself under pressure. All of our rings, they're available from about 2,500. I'd say the average spend is probably 4,500.
Okay.
Wow, it's a huge amount of money. But as you said, Kate, whatever people can afford, whatever they want to spend. I mean, there's lots of other priorities when you're getting married, you know, in terms of the event.
House and all of that.
Exactly. And life takes over.
Absolutely.
We've got another 2 rings that we want our viewers to have a look at now. And this is an unusual one, this 15.
This one's got a bit of a split band, so it's a bit more unique looking. And the stone itself is a cushion cut. They're a bit of like a Pinterest favourite. I think it might be the most ever pinned ring on Pinterest. Yeah,
we're cushion cut girls.
So it's like a square or what's known as a princess cut diamond, but it's just got kind of slightly more rounded, softer edges. So
beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, sparkly, sparkly.
In terms of trying these rings on, whoever the lucky lady is to get to wear them, it does have to do, I suppose, with the size of your finger, because you could have tiny little fingers and 3 stones will swamp it, and then the solitaire will be perfect, and then something like this might be.
But that's another thing we say, because sometimes people will come in and they have an idea of what they want. They'll say, no, I know I want a solitaire, but only when you start trying them on do you really get an idea of what you like and what suits you.
So how bad, Kate, to go in and spend a day trying on diamond rings to get it right? We have one final ring today.
The last one here.
This is the big one.
This is the biggest one we have here today. It's just over 2 carats. This is a pear cut. So this would be a really nice option for someone who does want something a bit different. You know, it's not something people see every day, but it's still really, really elegant.
That's quite in at the moment, isn't it? It's a big one.
So Victoria Beckham would have had this originally, wouldn't she?
The celebrity I can think of is Liz Taylor. That really famous diamond Richard Burton gave to her.
How many carats?
That was 69 carats.
Oh my gosh!
And when you look at this, like this one looks huge. And
that is huge.
How could you fit that on your finger?
I know, that's what I think.
You'd manage, ladies, you'd manage.
You'd manage.
Kate, it's been an education, and it's such an exciting time when you get engaged, whether you choose to go for a ring or not. And a lot of people these days choose to have coloured gemstones.
Absolutely.
And not just the diamonds, but this is a beautiful sample of what's on offer. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you for bringing me.